10 seconds. TC 486, volume 23, Kailash Chandra. Start. Mr. Chairman, sir, I am grateful to all the honorable members of the House who expressed their valuable thoughts regarding the demands for grants of the Ministry of Rural Development. They have given very important suggestions. They also referred to the drawbacks in the implementation of various programs of my ministry. In my reply, I would like to respond to some of these issues. I would like to assure the honorable members that necessary action would be taken immediately on all the suggestions given by the honorable members. Under the leadership of Shri Narasimha Rao, the government has taken many important steps in the field of rural development in the past 9 months. The government is committed to removing poverty and accelerating rural development. Our policies include the planning and implementation of programs at the local level, the involvement of voluntary agencies in development work, and stress on providing maximum benefits to the poorest of the poor. It is my firm belief that if the state chief ministers follow the path shown by the Prime Minister and answer the important task of rural development themselves, then the rural development programs would certainly get a boost. The rural development policy of our ministry has 3 major components: poverty alleviation and provision of maximum employment opportunities, provision of minimum needs including potable water facilities and motorable roads, and land reforms and programs related to rectification of land records. Apart from this, we also have special programs for drought-affected areas and desert areas which are facing extreme resource shortage. The Integrated Rural Development Program is such a scheme which has direct link with the people living below the poverty line. This program envisages the policy of providing income-generating assets by way of providing grants from the government or providing loans from financial institutions to selected families below the poverty line. Under this program, the families having an annual income up to Rs 44,800 during the 7th 5-year plan and during 1990-91 and 1991-92 were considered as the targeted group. The objective of this program was to ensure that the families provided with income-generating assets would get opportunities of self-employment which will boost the income of these families and help them cross the poverty line. Now, a decision has been taken to redefine the poverty line. In the 8th 5-year plan, the poverty line in the rural sector would be fixed at an annual income level of Rs 11,000 for a family. The targeted group would be the families having an annual income up to Rs 8,500. The experience gained during the implementation of poverty alleviation programs has brought to light the fact that in the case of these programs, the selection of the targeted group is required to be made very carefully and properly. The state governments have been asked to select the families living below the new poverty line. In 1991, a provision was made according to which at least 40% of the beneficiaries should be women. Earlier, the percentage of beneficiaries was 30 in the case of women. The previous target mark for the coverage of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes was 40%. The said percentage has now been increased to 50 from 1990-91. At present, both the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes get a subsidy equal to 50% of the loan amount subject to the maximum ceiling of Rs 5,000. At present, this program is being evaluated through a large number of non-governmental organizations. It has been found that 28% of the beneficiaries have risen above the poverty line. Even now, 33% of rural population is still living below the poverty line. Keeping this in view, we will continue to give importance of our objective of extending assistance to the poorest of the poor under this program. The second aspect of this question pertains to the quantum of loan and subsidy that is to be provided. The subsidy amount of rupees 4,000 and rupees 5,000 was fixed about 10 years back. Keeping in view the limitation of the budget, our government will consider the question of raising this amount. To eliminate the role of middlemen, the government have issued orders to abolish assets purchase system under the Integrated Rural Development Program in 50% blocks of the country through purchase committees. Favorable reports have been received regarding the new system. We will consider to implement it in all the blocks of the country after reviewing it. We have already introduced group insurance scheme for all the beneficiaries selected under the Integrated Rural Development Program. After the death of the beneficiary, his successor will be entitled to get an insurance amount of rupees 3,000. The state governments have been asked to take stringent steps under this program to curb corruption whenever it comes to light.